I think that, like all places, it needs work, but maybe more work than others because we're in the South. So, I mean, I'm from Greensboro, which is like the most diverse city, I guess, in North Carolina so far, thus far. And I still had experienced a lot of uh, injustices and racial tension just being from that city. So I can't imagine going somewhere uh, really like rural where there's not a lot of diversity. So um, from that, I would say that North Carolina has a lot of work to do. Um, Absolutely. I absolutely think so because I mean, there's been a lot of demonstrations recently about injustices in general, but there have been events specifically on campus that my peers have gone through, like having the door slammed in your face and being called a monkey, or being called like really derogatory terms and group me's and things like that, and then having administration kind of just sweep it under the rug as usual. So I feel like it's absolutely displayed um, within our campus as well.
I think having large movements like that definitely inspires Black people to continue living in their humanity, despite what their environment may or may not feel about them. And I definitely have seen a lot of students just I believe in correlation and causation, and so I definitely think that the Black Lives Matter movement has made it possible for a lot of people to find that inner confidence to realize that their lives really do matter, and that there's groups of people that are willing to go forth and give that information needed, and make sure people are registered to vote, and just getting all of that really important, like pertinent information about our candidates this year,
Right.
to make people want to be that voice and be a part of that major change in our country.
Well, my vote is incredibly important to me. I think that's a new part of me that I get to explore, and I haven't always considered myself political per se. I've always been opinionated, but I guess that is political. So having to do the research and educate myself is something I haven't had to do like in depth until now. On this specific political debate, candidacy, all of that election. So for me, I know my ancestors' history and know that people were, getting killed because they wanted to vote and because they wanted to have a voice. And so not using that voice that I was so privileged to have now, it would just be like insane to me not to use it. So it's incredibly important for me and my history, I think. So I would say on a national scale, I feel like all around, national, local, all of that, it's all very like, everyone's very aware and conscious of it. So that's good. Nationally, there have been a lot of riots recently, which, it's really controversial, and, but riots are the language of the unheard, so what do you expect? Locally, as far as I guess our campus and things go like that, there have been demonstrations and protests and rallies against police brutality, and there's also been speak about Blue Lives Matter on this campus. So I mean, I think on every end there's been some sort of speaking out. So it's kind of becoming really divided, but.
Um, I think it just depends on the environment that you grew up in and the environment that you're presently in. And I think that impact can be, really, really heavy, or it has no impact at all. And sometimes it brings out negative emotions in people. And I've just seen a lot of every aspect of those dimensions of like feelings. And you have some people that are extremely motivated to do better and help their community, and then you have people that are extremely motivated to be on the other side and to be the antagonizers and to be the people that run around saying Blue Lives Matter or whatever that looks like. And then you have some people that it just goes over their head completely, and because it's not a black problem, it's not a race problem, it's a humanity problem, it's a America problem. I think all reactions should be on one accord, and that we should all be appalled. And I think that brings a lot of frustration in people when they're hurt and they're in pain, and others around them are either completely insensitive or just completely unknowing of everything.
And then these events are going to impact the upcoming election?
Shoot, I think it's really going to test some people as far as like accountability goes. I think that we have a candidate that is all for the protection of the police and the militarization of police and escalation, and then we have a candidate that's about de-escalation and competency training within the police force and things like that. And I think that once again, it would be insane to not use this new awareness that we have and this new privilege, that fairly new privilege that we have, to not vote someone in that we think can help with this police brutality issue, because it is an issue. So if we have the opportunity to help the issue by voting, then I would hope that people actually go out and vote.